Okay, let's get right to it. So AEW announced yesterday that they are bringing out the AEW National Championship that will be defended in promotions on the Indies. Beautiful, right? There's gonna be a tournament. The odds-on favorite is either Bobby Lashley or Ricochet. Ricochet being the favorite. Well, that didn't sit well with some guys that wrestle 4 times a year. Brian Idol, which I'm gonna do a whole nother story on that guy. I just found out some stuff about him from 4 years ago, and he's in the wrestling business still. That's wild. But anyway, he should not be in the wrestling, but he should be nowhere near the wrestling business with this story. But anyways, they come out and then start bashing AEW, Brian Idol, talking about Tony Khan's a mark, and the people that wrestled there can't wrestle, that him and Mike Mondo, who was a Spirit Squad guy, Mikey, who's a national champion now for the NWA, said that he looks better. He's 5'10" or 5'9", and looks better and can out wrestle. He's 42, out wrestle anybody on the AEW roster that wins the national championship. Okay, that's hilarious. Never, that ain't gonna happen, okay? And second of all, this dude's talking about lineage. They're trying to steal the precious lineage. Do you know that the national championship was turned into the United States championship? The lineage is in WWE. What are you talking about? Do you know that OVW has an openweight national championship? What are you talking about? Did you know, I think it was CZW had national championship, has a national championship? Other promotions have national championships? Are you saying because they said it's the first time in 30, 40 years on TBS there'll be a national champion defending a belt? What was wrong with that? It's not false, it's true. Okay? And then you say something about they have small wrestlers like Marco Stunt. What in the world are you talking about, dude? You guys got Eric Smalls, a little bitty guy, like 2'4", like no joke, 3 feet at the most, wrestling Trevor Murdoch and Mike Knox, and you have something to say? And then you had something to say about Joey Janela and VFW wrestlers and indie darlings? Bro, I've watched you in a VFW with the National Wrestling Alliance. I've watched you with 200 or 300 people in attendance. What are you talking about, Brian Idol? You're a mark for yourself, talking about you're what did he say he was? A Puerto Rican consul wrestling legend? Bro, you're nothing. Nobody's ever heard of you except for people in Florida. You've been around since what? 14, 2012, 20... No, you've been around a minute. Since 1998, 96. That's a long time, bro. You're a dinosaur. Chill out. Be happy you even have a championship. You talking about lineage. You're holding a belt that a woman just held and calls herself Max the Impaler. What does she say? She's undesignated? I don't even know what the heck that means, but whatever. She doesn't know if she's a man or a woman. I have no clue. But anyways, Brian Idol, you mark-ass boy, be quiet. Sit down. Nobody asked you to speak, my guy.